Hello again and welcome back. It's been a while, but we'll get right into it with the Crucible of Avarice campaign. We've actually got a smaller table this time. Proverbial table, of course, not real table. But we have a smaller table nonetheless, as we have with us Rakia, we have Cloak, and we have Fletcher. Sadly, we do not have Anarche, we do not have Utili Lily, and we do not have the ever-elusive Felix. But, alas, we shall get into what we went through last session. So, after a brief chat with Rakia, the head of the Kozuki clan, the head of the Soryu clan, Kozuki Soryu, explained about how they need to fix themselves by not necessarily trying to erase what they've done, but try to learn from their mistakes, using a metaphor of filling cracks in with both glue and gold to remind them of the errors. Upon doing this and sort of getting Rakia back into the folds of the group, they then were introduced to the new team member, a mechanic by the name of Utili Lily, who also seems to be some kind of influencer in this world's version of the internet. They eventually took a flying platform that she built and went over to a town in the middle of the entirety of the country of the Land of the Sunken Moon, known as Midland. Midland is on the border between both regions. However, it is not part of the war. Anyone from the north or the south are allowed in. However, they are expected to place their weapons and any type of aggressive materials away. However, in this particular time, when the party arrived, they were not asked that. Instead, the leader of the town actually spoke with them in private and asked them about dealing with a set of pirates that were causing them a few issues. Apparently it was because one of them was able to get a ban from the tournament, and they started causing a little bit of commotion. Which even developed into actually killing someone out of retaliation for something. Alas, the group eventually took down the group of them, killing all but 4 of them, but harshly damaging and maiming them. The 4 that are not dead are currently unconscious. And we now come back to you guys. You're stirred around the campfire is now pretty much put out. Again, it is still day. It's basically like they had themselves a mid-forest barbecue. But yeah, so it's now over. You guys have now sort of huddled up. Utili Lily is sort of taking pictures of herself. Anarche is just sort of just sat there chilling. And Felix is just sort of calming himself down from this adrenal rush of taking on all of the teams alone, one on 10. So we now come to that. Cloak, you are sort of out of breath yourself a little because of the massive pressure you put on your body to break out of what seems to be the strange effects of your gun, the roulette.
Disobedient.
Disobedient. I don't know what to say to that. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, so so you're now there, and you have now gotten your hands on the pirates. I'm going to have said in this time you've taken your rope from your kunai and your chain from your kunai, and you've sort of bound up the ones that the ones that you can hold. You're just binding them at the moment. So a few of them are wrapped up in the chain. 2 of them wrapped up in the chain. 2 of them are wrapped up in the rope. As we now come back to you guys.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna... I guess I'll try and slap one of them awake.
Yeah.
Just a underling first.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. Roll me dexterity.
Fair enough. Should I roll finesse or not?
I'll let you roll finesse. Yeah.
Oh no.
Damn.
No.
What a way to start.
Straight back into
As you,
this
like,
dimension.
slap him in the face, like full on clap his cheek. He like it's like it's almost like as if you almost see like his eyes blur as he's just like suddenly like woken up as his eyes are sort of like rattling around in their sockets as he just goes, "Oh, dude, it's you." And he starts struggling, but then realizing he's tied up back to back with one of his subordinates. Wait until the boss sees this. He then looks over and sees the tusk-faced humanoid lying face down into his own lap.
Oh. Says Rakia.
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm really not.
What do you want? Hey.
Well, I would like all the information you can give us.
Are you high or something? You beat the crap out of us and you think that we're just gonna give you information?
And how many more beatings will it take?
Roll me intimidation. I'm gonna say with advantage, considering you got a natural 20 slap. This guy can feel the power behind your attacks.
This is still gonna be really lame, isn't it?
This would be hilarious if it was a double natural. 8.
8.
8 is a number.
Pain is just weakness leaving the body.
I mean, should this guy roll?
I will attempt to roll it.
Come on, can we enact the Curse of the Two Berries?
Come on, 2 berries!
I summon.
2 berries in defense mode.
Okay, here we go. Will it work?
No.
Give me all you got. I'm still not spilling a single word.
Okay, I'll try and activate my scorn. Good enough. Actually,
Okay.
it's good enough for overflow, but we'll not worry about that.
So just tell me what exactly does this man see before his eyes?
I mean, I'll say that Cloak's eyes are kind of, it's more like, they turn slightly bloodshot around the edges, as he's got a few veins sort of popping out, not that you could really see. But he's got this kind of ominous blue aura around him with these sort of yellow flickers. Bit strange.
And he can physically see at least some of this.
Oh yeah, you can see the kind of aura and the. I mean, it looks as though his cloaks are kind of floating a bit in its presence.
Oh wow, you're gonna show me some magic?
Not exactly. Am I? I don't have like a martial art for it or anything. I'm just thinking, could I still try and poke like a finger into him to deal an injury?
Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, roll Dex to deal an injury, I guess.
I'll try and like his shoulder that I'm assuming is just outside of the sort of bindings.
Okay.
Like sort of the shoulder from the front. So.
Oh!
Ooh, natural 20. Double 19. Okay.
Oh,
Not good
So-
enough. Not good enough. You
So
do it.
when you do this to him, it's sort of like at first you stab him in the shoulder. I now have to roll a willpower or nerve. I'm gonna go for willpower since that's actually with a -1. Actually, no. Yeah, no, this one is actually a -1. Yeah. So I'll go for willpower. Okay. 9. That'll do. That'll do for what this is. So as at first you like poke him, and he's like, "Wow, oh, big deal. It's so terrifying." And then what happens is you sort of do like a version of like the 1-inch punch, where you take your second finger, like you. So for instance, you've taken your pointer finger, and then you take your middle finger to get it about a couple of tiny, like infinitesimal, like centimeters out from his skin, and then you immediately pull your middle finger back in, back into your, curled back up into your fist, and then drive the finger right into his shoulder, like as if it was like a little pistol. As you've now like just dug into him, as it just like you can hear like a squelch as you've gone like all the way up into all the way up to your knuckle with your finger. As you've now stabbed him with this finger, he just lets out like a as he sort of like leans into this, is like gritting his teeth, like, is that all you got? Like he's clearly about to break.
No one's coming to save you.
Jesus, you!
Chat back to me enough, and you won't be able to chat back at all.
I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
You don't need eyes to talk.
Roll me intimidation with advantage. Gosh damn. Okay, so 12. Natural 1.
Ah.
Natural 1. Okay. He looks up and you can see the fear, ironically enough, mostly coming from his eyes. As he looks back down, like again, you've got your finger like dug into his flesh, like an actual like knife, and he looks down, looks back up at you, goes, "All right, I'll tell you whatever you want. Just don't touch me anymore, please."
I appreciate it. Don't really want any of that eye on my finger.
These guys are crazy.
So, I'm assuming that at least most of the gang is still kind of behind me or around me.
I mean, yeah, I'd assume so, yeah.
Because I'll turn around to them and say, well, we have the floor. What do we need to ask? I mean, I obviously have some questions of my own, but I'm just turning to them to see.
Yeah.
Just, I guess, like, who's the, whose command, Trunky was under? Like, who do we go to next, I suppose?
The guy overhears you, and I'm assuming you've removed your finger, have you, Cloak?
Yes, yeah.
When you do, like, he sort of winces, like, he hears you say this, Raki, and he goes, "This is your first time fighting any of us, ain't it?"
Yeah, it's no big deal.
we ain't nothing. We were here to guard, make sure none of those damn villages got in our way. But you want to see?
Way for what?
We ain't nothing compared to some of the others. We're low rank. Guy over there, the snout, he's our commander. All groups have a commander. We're just pirates with a commander, a pirate commander. That's what we have. But if you find another group, more than likely you'll find another one of them. That's how we do. We operate in packs, in teams. To make things go smoothly, we have leaders. They're called,
No, I don't.
Well, we have leaders that we call pirate commanders. Are you new to this whole thing? Well, I don't actually know the number. I mean, maybe 10, maybe more, 20. I don't know. The crew's pretty damn big.
And who ranks above commander?
You want to know who ranks above commander?
Well, I'm assuming that there's at least another tier before Yolkaiga.
There's two, actually. Yolkaiga has his right and second hand, his quartermaster and his first mate, Davy Jones and the Beastmaster. But, there is one. We don't know if they're necessarily any weaker than them, but we know that they are never to be trifled with. They were hand-picked and trained by Yolkaiga himself. Look, they scare us, alright? Even some of the commanders are terrified of them. And I mean terrified. There's only currently one that I know of even here, on this island. The other two stick pretty close to the mainland. They're called the Demon Generals. There's 3 of them.
So, where can we find the closest demon general?
Come on, man. You don't want to fight these guys. They'll kill you. I mean, you're strong, but damn, taking us out is nothing compared to those freaks.
Yeah, well, taking you out was nothing for our group, really.
Yeah, it was honestly pretty boring.
Look, I don't doubt it, but
Not even a challenge.
you ain't seen what I've seen, all right? Some of us have met some of them. Hell, there's some nasty sons of bitches.
Well,
Sounds it.
we're some pretty bad people ourselves, so yeah. Well, I mean, they can't be all that bad. The point is, we've got to go and and kill them and drive them away.
Do you know of any of these demon generals' ability?
Look, if I tell you, they're just gonna kill me. At least if you torture me a bit, I can tell them I gave up something, but if I tell them anything about the General's abilities, I'm a dead man. Or even worse, an even more tortured man.
Well, if you play your cards right here, we'll take down the pirates and perhaps you can live. As long as you're never going to commit any crimes again, that is.
Crimes is all I know. I'm not gonna turn over a new leaf just because you beat the crap out of me. But, look, if you can guarantee that I can get off this crazy island without actually ever seeing those damn generals, you got yourself a deal. I'll tell you anything I want. But look, it's your funeral. I don't want anything to do with it. If you get caught, you better not say my name.
I don't really need your name.
Alright.
Well, we can definitely guarantee you getting off this island. In fact, you can even take a pick of where you go.
Alright.
Wait.
I'll tell you. The Demon Generals. I don't know too much about all of them, but I know their names. The Demon Generals are known as Rose, Tempora, and Hakura. They're all pretty evil in their own rights. Tough. Rose is known as the Blade Demon. She has some kind of strange poison ability, and she wields a legendary blade from this land. Tempora, he's a Huskonian. Some say he's almost as strong as the captain himself, but I don't know whether to believe it or not. I mean, the captain, he's beyond anything I've ever seen. And Hakara, son of a bitch, is a sniper. One of the best. He blew apart entire fleets. I've seen it with my own eyes. Some say he's some kind of freak of nature with multiple powers or something. I don't know.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Look, whatever you're gonna do, just know that they could kill you so easily. I don't know all of their secrets. I mean, it's half the point, but all I know is some of us are changed in ways that you'll obviously be able to see. As he's saying that, he's sort of nodding his head towards his commander, who again has a elephant tusk instead of a nose. And he goes, "Others, we have other changes. Not all of them are so visual, and I'm pretty sure the same goes for the generals. I don't know how all of them look, but I know for a fact that Rose, she almost looks pristine. Like there's no physical changes. But some say she's got a deadly one. But none of us have ever seen it. Legend says no one's even lived to tell the tale. But regardless, they frighten us to our very core. I mean, yeah, there are some captain commanders. There's all sorts of creepy weirdos out there in our crew, but the demon generals, they're the worst.
Well,
Makes sense.
Well, thank you for your cooperation.
I think I can take him.
I am curious, though. How do your changes happen?
It's the Beastmaster. Ironically, the Quartermaster is known as that nickname because there used to be a famous zoologist of some sort. They came to this land to understand more things about its culture, but eventually they started doing things that were almost criminal, experimenting on people and whatnot. Eventually, Yokaiga, our captain, he found her, and, well, that's when everything changed. He turns us. He wants all of us to be turned by her, so that then none of us can ever say that we're human. Regardless of power or previous race, we are just monsters in the eyes of these people, so we become monsters. That's our goal, our plan, our ideology. That's what she can do. Gives us unique physical changes. Permanent. And even better, no nullification, no nothing is gonna change us back.
Yeesh.
Can I see what's up with this dude, or?
Yes, you can. So, as you're looking around him, like, you're not really getting much until you notice that he's got, like, pointier ears, like almost elven. But, like, obviously there's no such thing as elves. So, you know, it's that thing of, where to go from here.
Well, I'm sure there are weirder looking people out there than you. You could probably pass for a human or superhuman.
I don't want to. I like the way I am. Because my captain gave me everything I wanted. A life free. And he gave me changes. Turned me into the way that I like myself. A way that means that I don't have to look like these humans. The disgusting filth that would think that they're beneath or above anyone just because that they don't have powers or they do.
I'm glad you have some self-esteem.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find a life somewhere else. With or without your changes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, anybody can make a change. Even you. Believe me, I know.
He looks up at you and goes, Sister, you're a different race, and yet they'll look at you like a monster. They'll look at you like a freak. But our crew, the only pirates, we believe that you are just as perfect as the humans. No, you're better, because you're different.
I mean, I don't need to join pirates to know that. I know that I'm great. It's just, well, it comes with a price, this path. And I don't want to pay it. And that's my decision. Ultimately, it's your decision too. It doesn't matter how you're born or how I'm born. It's how you're going to live.
Look, I gave you all the information I know. Are we done here?
I suppose
Okay.
so.
What's your name?
I think it's best if I don't give you my name.
Okay. My name's Rakia.
I know.
Yeah, so, you know, good luck.
So what are you gonna do with us then?
Well, I think we might be able to release you, apart from your leader, perhaps. But if we see you around here again, anywhere, doing wrong, then I'm afraid you won't be around for long.
What are you gonna do with the captain? Or the commander, should I say?
Probably best you don't ask those questions.
Then it's probably best if I tell them that you killed him. Because there ain't no way that they'll ever believe that I broke this easily. You'll have
I'm
to...
not saying that we're killing him, but it's fine if you tell them that.
Can you do me a favor? At the very least, can you knock me out before you go? At least then, I don't have to worry too much. At least then they won't question exactly why. I can always say that I got shot. As he looks down at the wound that you gave him earlier.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll try to knock him out.
Cloak. Can I try my nerve pinch?
No, I'm just gonna knock him out.
Well, that will knock him out.
Can I try this new
painless.
technique?
It's virtually painless.
Painless is probably worse for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just use my
Can-
finesse chop, but the OG one that doesn't actually deal damage.
Oh, is this... Oh, okay, I guess, yeah, roll finesse.
Do I still have
Can I ask
my-
what he's
my-
telling us his life story? Can I search the bodies?
Yes, also, welcome, you silly Lily.
I've been here for some time.
Yeah, no, I heard you join in, but I didn't have time to say hi. Yeah. As you pretty much, as you chop him in the neck and knock him out, just instantly goes, like his head just droops. Whilst this has been going on, you've been sort of like scrounging around trying to find anything on this guy, on these guys. You see their weapons, some booze, like bottles of different types of alcohol, glass bottles mostly. You don't really find too much else at the moment, other than like their food that they were cooking on the fire, and obviously like guns, bullets, a couple of melee weapons and stuff like that.
No, whatever the version of stars are in this part of the world.
For whatever particular reason, you don't find any currency on any of them, though.
They don't have to pay for anything. They're pirates.
Yeah, I can't imagine what pirates would do with currency. You know.
I don't know. Hoard it.
Hoard it?
Who knows what pirates would do with money they steal off of people?
But they can't. But they
steal all
don't
their
buy
weapons.
anything. They don't buy anything. They pirate it.
Yeah. So they can make a giant haul and brag about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like, why do you drag gold?
they're
Don't
not
spend
dragons.
this like to have it.
They're not dragons.
Hey, pirates are pretty synonymous with
No,
dragons.
I've told you what they have. There's no, I'm not changing it.
Yeah, I know. How much of the things do? How much of like guns and things they have?
Probably more than like you can physically carry. Not due to their weight, just due to the amount of the stuff that there is.
Well, I've got a satchel.
Again, still, my statement stands, since it doesn't have any, any greater capabilities of holding like full-on two-handed weapons.
There. Can I take one of the jackets off of someone, or I'm assuming one of them's either wearing a jacket or a t-shirt, and pretty much turn it into a bag. Like MacGyver it into a bag.
I'm just trying to think.
Just
what trade,
videoing it.
I'm just trying to think what
Oh, that'd be
trade that would
crafting.
be. I mean,
That would probably be crafting. I think.
Like,
Makeshift knapsack.
No. It would definitely be crafting. I think because
the
we
one
decided
trait
that.
I don't have.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it was like when I
I'm
made
gonna
that bag in
say-
another game.
I'm gonna say No, not ingenuity. I'm gonna say roll creativity, and then depending on how good of a roll you get, will depend on what kind of roll we do.
It's a low scum. You couldn't have kept me my intelligence-based character with ingenuity, could you?
Hey!
0. 17. Sweet.
Okay, roll me a finesse with advantage.
Hey, let me see. Still in my mode, so I might have changes. +3.
With advantage. 14.
14.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. So you do tear off like a couple of like coats. You tear off like one guy's like tank top, and you like bundle it up into like a sort of like a big sort of wrapping. You're able to carry 3 cutlasses, one like what seems to be some kind of sledgehammer, and about 5 pistols, as well as 24 bullets. So I hope you're writing that down.
So 3 cutlasses, 1
Can
sledgehammer.
write it down.
We repeat it again. How many guns?
5 guns.
Okay.
And
how many bullets?
25 bullets.
Okay. Oh, so 3 cutlasses, 1 sledgehammer, 5 guns, and 25 bullets.
Yep.
Okay, all written down.
So you've now got this like big sling that you're sort of tying to your back using the coat sleeves. You feel that this is sturdy enough that it will last for a bit, but you know that it's probably not going to last like a long time.
Like I got an absolute haul.
Are you going to do one of your thrifting videos? I love your
What do you think
thrifting
we're doing right
videos.
now?
Oh my
You
god.
really shouldn't be filming any of this.
Cloak just puts his hand in front of the camera. No comment.
Get that camera out of my face.
Luke's just getting in way too close to the camera, like putting his eye right in front of it.
Iris.
There's the
An eye
off button.
view of...
Oh, another camera. So, after you guys like do that, do you guys head off? I'm assuming that you still take obviously your prisoner, your elephant trunk friend.
Well, dragging
Yes.
him by the trunk, you know, just like, oh, he's so. Why is he so heavy?
I'm gonna say, for the sake of brevity, Inarke is the one who's dragging him, due to the fact that the man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, he's got super strength, but he's also doing it he's doing it by the trunk, so he's just pulling him along, trunk first, like being dragged by basically the equivalent of his incredibly long nose, just dragging across the floor. At one point, like, his arm bashes very, very, like, sturdily into a tree, and you just hear Anarke sarcastically go, "Oops."
It's like, say, Anarchy, be careful with that poison ivy. What?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get blood all over, I guess. Eventually, you bring the culprit back with you, and all of you are there. You get to the town centre, and people are staring at you. I want to point out it's like 2 PM now, and people are now staring at you, like dragging this all the way back, and he just sort of lets go, and is like his head just hits against the ground, and you just hear like as the basically the mayor of the town comes out, Theodore, comes out. Well, you certainly are people of your word.
Did you have doubts?
I'm not going to talk illegitimacies, but I did think that this perhaps could be bluster. Honestly, when you left your compatriot here of the Seriu clan, I had originally assumed that it would be a suicide mission, but nevertheless, an Animon child, a Huskonian on your side. What was I so worried about, hey? Now, come on. We need to, as they say, tag and bag this man.
What?
We shall get him into the cuffs, and we shall talk to him. Is that what you were hoping, anyway?
Yeah, that works with me.
Oh,
Very
do we
well.
have to plug up his trunk?
What?
That sounds weird.
I don't think so, my dear. Let's just get him in the chains. He then sort of like ushers his hand over as a couple of the seem to be like their equivalent of enforcers, walk up and sort of put not only wooden but also iron bindings on his arms and on his legs. After they lock both of them, they then link 2 chains together to them so that he can't move his arms too far away from his legs. They then hoist him up, And, like, these guys are struggling to do so, as then Anarcho just goes, I've got it, and he just lifts this guy up over his head with one hand. As everyone is just sort of, like, in awe, but also, like, you can hear some very obvious whispers and murmurs that don't seem to be in your favour. Well, follow me. They eventually, like, place him in the jail, or what they have as a jail, as they then, it seems to be like some kind of, like, pit, kind of like a well, as, like, they place him down in it. Like, they're, like, literally anchoring him down, with, like, this giant hook. There's, like, multiple of them, like, letting him go down. He's a good, like, 4-5 meters deep into this hole, and they, like, let the hook off of his chains and then bring it back up, seal the door. Well, we got him in there. Alright, we're done. See you later, Thea. Well, that was, finally done. So, where are the others, then? Indisposed, or did they, go off running when you just took him down?
Well, some of them are, unalived in the fight,
The
and
vast
some of them,
majority of them.
yeah, and a few of them just sort of, ran away. You know, after we,
I don't think they'll be
But-
bothering you anymore.
yeah, they were scared. Oh dear. Almost feel sorry for them.
Well, at least they're taken care of. The last thing I wanted to do is deal with any more of the unpleasantries with those fellows. Thankfully, and hopefully, the people can get back to some level of normalcy here. Well, since you have done very well, please, let me at least invite you to a feast in your honor. You can have some drinks, meal entirely on me.
Phew.
That's awfully kind of you, good sir.
It's both the least and the most I can do for you, I'm afraid. We don't have the most amount of supplies here, as you unfortunately found out recently. But we do have much food and much libations to go around, so of course, drink to your heart's content and feast till your stomachs are all, well, full. If there's anything that we can do during your stay here, of course, do not hesitate to ask. You have done more than enough for us, and as you asked, Mr. Did you say Talos?
Yes.
We are looking into the southern region, coming and sending some of their soldiers here. Some of their infantry will station here, just on the outskirts, of course, as you had promised, to defend this place. We will also be looking into potentially finding other ways to defend ourselves. Perhaps we have been too neutral in our endeavours to stay out of the war, to the point of which would we have let anyone come to our doorsteps. We have been very strict on our policies of no weapons, but perhaps that has left us in a very difficult situation. But anyway, go on, have all the food and drink that you must. I will join you shortly. I just need to go and get a few things prepared for the, delegations between us and some of the other parts of the other regions. The North and the South have been fighting for too long, and perhaps maybe we've been fighting the wrong... They've been fighting the wrong side. It's nothing to do with the difficulties of this land, it's to do with the difficulties that are dealing from outside our land. We need to get rid of the Oni pirates. those
Well, at
demons.
least you're a logical man.
It comes with the job, I'm afraid. One does not have too much time for emotions when one has lost so much, and one must continue to contain all that they care about within this town. Now, off with you then. He seems a lot more chipper. He begins walking out again, holding on to his cane and leaving the town, leaving the prison alongside you. He opens the door and allows you to all leave before he does. Tips his hat to one of the enforcement officers and then leaves. So, where would our intrepid partygoers like to go now?
Ooh, well, I would like to have that feast, but where do we go in the meantime? I guess, like,
Oh, you can go straight there if you want.
We might as well.
yeah, let's go straight there to the feast.
After walking around, you do go through the centre of the town again. Again, it's a very wide open sort of town centre. You eventually get to this bar, this big pub. There's people drinking outside of it. It's pretty much almost entirely made of wood. And like as you sort of approach, you begin to hear just a very large muffled yes, and it sounds all too familiar.
And I
Oh,
didn't
yes.
realize I was muted. I was asking, is there a pawn shop? I can sell this giant sack of crap on me.
There is the only one store that you went to.
Yeah. I'm
There's
like-
specifically a pawn shop, and it's like,
I mean, well, I think if you're going to do that, I think Rakia's going to have some opinions with that. If you're going to do that, it's
What do you
like
mean?
they're like, well, it's like, because, well, okay, you know what? We're having a character moment now. It's like you're just gonna say, go up to a, it's like you're not gonna get rid of all that stuff, are you?
Totally. There's too much of it.
No. Like that's all good stuff. We could use that. Like look at it. We got some swords. We got a big hammer. I mean, I'll take it if you don't want it.
The big hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And she just kind of takes it out and gives it to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Big hammer. Wait.
Roll me strength.
Is it too heavy? This is gonna be great. Oh,
I
great.
just made my +6 super strength.
Okay,
There
so
you go.
yeah, I'll have the strength. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So what is your strength?
Yeah.
Can I ask?
It's 10.
Okay.
It's just 10.
You are struggling with this thing. Like this
Yeah.
thing.
Ugh.
Like it. You can lift it, but you realise that wielding this would be awful. Turns out the role not the role requirement. Sorry, the strength requirement of this is a minimum of 12 or 14.
Yeah, I'm obviously struggling. Like my eye is twitching. Use this.
Racky, do you need a hand?
That's definitely a good look.
Uh,
Everybody loves the big buff women.
yeah. I'm a strong- I am a strong. I'm gonna be a strong, independent woman. Thought you could hold this for me.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, Cloak is not getting involved in this at all.
Fletcher just picks it up with no issue.
Okay,
Cloak,
can I
do you head
have
off
a look at
to?
those swords?
Do you head off to the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You head off to sorry, not the bar. You head off to the pub. Inarke joins you, and Felix is just like awkwardly like following the two of you. But whilst this is going on, the swords, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what is all the stuff that you've got? It's like, you can definitely. Well, Cloak's got guns. You could give them guns and things. Don't get rid of them.
I mean, I've looked at Cloak, and as far as I know, he doesn't have like 7 arms. Could be wrong.
Well, still, but if the one gun breaks, we could use another gun. Please don't get rid of it.
Just trying to get some money because I need to build something.
I mean, can't you use your points?
No, because they're all technologically inept around here.
But
I thought
well, let's have a look at
Maximilian
this.
gave all the shops the ability to take points.
Yeah, but we're talking about the southern region, and I know they're very cultured and traditional. They're very old in that,
The way that I imagine you say cultured and traditional is rolling your eyes and putting finger quotes up whenever you say that. I don't know
So
why.
bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Culture.
That's because you're right.
I mean, there was literally an inn just in the middle of nowhere that we used points to buy a few rooms for. So what's the difference about this place?
Like, I have no idea when you say that, because maybe this place is just older. Maybe.
Well, yeah, they were very funny about that, about all of the things. But can we do this after the feast? Because more stuff.
I'm holding a giant bag tied to my back, and I kind of want to get rid of it so that I can, not have a giant bag tied to my back.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm taking these bullets. We will always need bullets.
No, it's fine. That's totally great.
And I will take, I've got to write this down, unfortunately, haven't
5 bullets. You've got 25 bullets.
I have 25 bullets, and 25 bullets.
So these
and
are 20.
I will take.
These are 25 plus 5 bullets.
Ooh, plus 5. Very nice. Okay, and I will take one of the guns. Actually, I will take. Yeah, I will take one of the guns. Yes.
Okay.
Do you still want the sledgehammer?
I mean, can Fletcher get? Yeah, I'm just like, it's like, yes, I will keep the sledgehammer. I will, and the swords, and I was just like, Fletcher, can you hold the sledgehammer
and everything, and even the satchel.
Okay, so you're taking the sledgehammer and 3 cutlasses.
I want to point out that, just reminder, you guys don't have anything to hold that kind of stuff in either.
Exactly.
Your satchel is not big enough to be able to hold that, and Cloak is the only current person who has a pocket dimension satchel.
That's why I'm trying to sell all this and get some money.
Well, fine. I will just have the bullets, a pistol, and one of the cutlasses.
Okay. Can I have the sledgehammer back, or do you want that too?
I just in seriousness, Fletcher, would you? I mean, would you like a sledgehammer, Fletcher? Basically.
Fletcher has no use for a sledgehammer. He can wield it easily if he wanted to, but staffs are what he deals with. If you're not going to use it, Raki, I would say we give it back.
But it could be so useful.
I'm not skilled to use it if you're planning on giving it to me.
Well, what about Felix?
I think Felix is deadly enough with his hands.
Oh, that is true. That was quite scary, actually.
Oh.
I mean, the only reason I would keep
definitely not been skimming training day.
The only reason I would keep the sledgehammer is so I can make Gabriel Peters jokes.
Well, exactly. Like, why would you get rid of it when you can make all of those amazing content jokes?
Because then I'll be able to make lots of ice puns. And everyone loves a good ice pun.
I think a decision needs to be made. Should we just assume that anything that you don't have is just... You know what? Can we just be safe to assume that anything that you currently don't have on you is property of Utili Lily, since that's who took it?
Of
Yeah, I think it was like, yeah, I was like, one
Hammer
gun.
and 4 guns are being sold.
Yeah, it's just I'm sort of like, Rakia isn't entirely happy about it, but it is sort of like,
I
you
want
know,
to
it's
point
like,
out
it's a
that, like,
sweet hammer, but
the only store that you have is the general store that you went to last time, and he wasn't too fond of selling stuff, or at
yeah.
least being sold stuff to him. So more than likely, if you are somehow to broker a deal, you're probably not going to be able to do so anytime soon.
Well, get away from my good charisma roll here. Let me try. Time for the cameras to come off.
Oh.
Oh my.
I mean, I'm sure he's now gotten word. It's like, I'm back. I killed the pirate. Shit, she wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
So, are you two?
Woman of my word.
Are you now heading off to the bar?
Yeah,
To
now
the
that
pub?
I've got my 1 cutlass, 1 gun, and 25 bullets,
Okay.
If I have plus 5 bullets. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, oh don't forget that. Yeah, with my gun, we'll see. Yeah, we'll do that. Like, we'll do the modifiers later for the cutlass and the gun.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I use it. Yeah.
Okay. So, are all 3 of you heading off then to the pub?
I mean, I'm going to sell
Yeah.
my things.
Okay, so you head off to the general store. You two head off to the pub. So when you guys get there, I want to point out, like, we'll just talk about Cloak, your experience first. As you open the door, because you were pretty much everyone standing outside, and you just walked in.
Yeah.
Before all of this, faff happened. You get in, and of course, the person who's shouting very loudly, "Ha ha! Yes, my friends, take a seat, have a drink," and then he sees all of you, the big energy samurai that is Suzaku Redaran, as he's turns around. "You're back! Oh, my friends, it's been too long. I mean, it's only been 3 hours, but that's almost an eternity for me. Anyway, come and take a seat. We'll have a drink. It turns out that the mayor is quite generous here. Not to mention that after your big show just outside, we're getting free drinks and an entire feast."
Well, that is what the mayor said.
"Then let's have a seat at the bar, at the bar, and let's drink and eat to our heart's content."
You had enough to drink already?
"I've only had 1 beer."
Right.
He's holding 2 mugs,
Yep.
1 in each hand. Both look roughly empty, but still have some sloshing around.
Well, I'm sure basic arithmetic is something that's not impaired by alcohol.
Okay. It's... So, do you go sit up at the bar as well?
Yeah, I wanna... So I'm assuming there are, like, bar stools or something.
Yes, yeah.
Can I go to, like, the one furthest on the right
Okay.
or left, just so I can see the whole bar from my position if I, like, turn around?
Okay, yeah. So you're sort of in the corner, so, like, you've got your back against the wall, and, like, you have the bar at your side, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, as you go sit down. One of the wait staff or bar staff comes up. Yes. How can I help you today?
Do you have any good sake around here?
Absolutely, sir. We can have any kind of sake that you want within all of the regions. We take some from the southern and some from the northern. We even have a special little sake that one of our very own, who once lived in this town, even had themselves made. But now we get it imported from overseas. Don't worry, though. It still tastes just as beautifully authentic. So, what can I get for you?
I'll just have 1 glass of your finest sake.
Our finest sake coming right up, sir. Absolutely. As he then begins pouring it from, like, this large clay bottle. it's like perfectly white and ornate with like some sort of like leaves that seem to have been like glazed onto the surface of it. As he begins pouring it, he pours it into a jug, and then the jug is poured into a cup, and both are given to you. Nice and warm, sir. Have at it.
Is Suzaki next to me then?
Suzaku is actually still greeting people at the door.
Okay.
He's sort of being merry around people and sort of cheering and having a laugh with everyone and stuff like that. Some people are sort of annoyed with him, but they're sort of trying to avoid him. Others are actually joining in with him.
Well, while everyone's distracted, I'm gonna pull my mask down and take a drink.
Okay. As you do that, eventually, we come to you guys entering. Rakia and Fletcher, you enter the bar along with Redoran sort of greeting you guys. He's already greeted Felix and he's already greeted Anarche. He now greets the two of you as he wraps his arms around both of you and he goes, come here, give me a grand old hug. And he sort of like pulls you in, his arms stretching over around both of you, and he just hugs you, embraces you. But as he's doing so, he then begins taking a swig from both of his beer jugs and finishing his drink over your shoulders. Come and take a seat. Take a seat.
Suzaki, we told you we wouldn't be that long. You'd miss us that much?
These people are fine. They are fantastic. And look, as soon as I was told that they would be okay, and as soon as you came back with the parts, I indulged a little, okay?
It's good to see you too.
It's only been a few hours, but it feels like months.
Yeah, you missed a great sight. You should have seen Felix in action. He near half cleared the entire... He did clear the entire camp.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing much more from him. He's definitely an interesting one, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is. I think he's, he's very, he's scary, but in a fatherly way.
Yes.
Like that.
I've seen something of that myself before. But anyway, take a seat with the others. We're just waiting on that new girl, aren't we?
Oh, yes, she's gone to the pawn shop. I salvaged some of the things she was giving away. It's a shame we couldn't keep the sledgehammer. I would have liked the sledgehammer.
Never mind that. You don't want the bus to be killed. Don't kill the vibe, as they say.
Yeah, let's not kill the vibe. Yeah.
Take a drink or take something to eat, whatever you want. It's a feast and it's all free.
Hey! Yeah.
I'm down for free feasts.
Yeah.
Anarche is, I want to point out, Anarche is sat next to Cloak. Felix is sat next to Anarche. As you two go and sit down, Fletcher, you go and sit in between Felix and Rakia. Rakia, you sort of sat on the end. And funny enough, you're sat in between both Fletcher and another random person, just also just drinking at the moment, just quietly drinking to themselves at the moment. I'm assuming you order your drinks, and we'll get to your drinks in a second, as we now come back to Utility Lily. Utility Lily, you have now entered the general store where the salesman, or the owner, I guess you could say, is there, currently just looking through some of his stock.
Hey.
Oh. Rolls his eyes at you. Slumps a bit when he sees you. What do you want?
Well, like last time I was so totally rude, and I want to apologize for that. Like, push his hair out of the way.
Really? Do you want to apologize for what you said and did?
Like, totally. I was very rude about your culture and your shop. And I do apologize for that.
Roll me charm or persuasion.
Is charm seduction?
You can't roll with seduction, no. It's either charm, like as in charisma on its own, or persuasion. Okay. Look, it's fine. I'm not really bothered about it anymore. If you've come here to trade and you actually have the money, I'll be willing to sell you anything that you need.
I be able to aid my way as well. I will begin pulling out the items.
Okay, I'm going to stop you here. We don't buy things from you. You buy things from us.
There's a lot of good steel here, if you look at it.
I wouldn't have any use for it.
Can I attempt to roll to persuade him that, hey, these cutlasses, buy them. You could sell them very easily.
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. 13.
He still doesn't look impressed. Look, I see that you're genuinely trying to get some money, and I understand that, but I can't give you any money for this. He takes one of the cutlasses to have a look at it. The steel is adequate, but I don't have any use for it. In fact, I don't know anyone who would. This is nowhere near the level that we expect from the smiths who build our weaponry, and we couldn't even melt it down into something useful. It's not useful to us and our forging ways. Honestly, you're better off just throwing it away or holding on to it until you find someone else who can.
I attempt to, rather than money, just convince him just to trade me very small amount of supplies I need. It's not much I need.
What is it that you're asking for specifically? That you ask him for?
Some glass, some metal, some screws.
He just looks at you and is like, well, you have what I can see as guns here. These are made out of screws. You already have metal that's made out of these swords. And I don't sell glass, I'm afraid.
Do they sell even like vases?
Not specifically, no.
Anything made of glass? Anything made of glass?
Something made of glass.
Yes.
He looks around and for a second he's just like, perhaps... and he just looks around. We don't often sell things made of glass here. Usually, most things that we have contain liquids are usually made out of hardened clay or wood, or even sometimes metal. We don't often actually have glass. We usually use that only specifically for windows or eyeglasses. We often don't really usually make glass up here anyway. So whenever we come across it, we only use it for the mundane, I guess you could say.
You just keep the cutlasses then. I don't really need them. Have them as a gift from Utility Lily.
I would prefer it if you took them. I mean, personally, I don't really want any weapons in my shop of this particular...
What you have to do is just put them on a stand and sell them as a great antique piece. Just make people love swords crossing together. Put some wood.
He puts his hand on yours, and he just says, "And trust me, no people like that come round through here. We don't buy or sell antiques, and nobody comes here looking for them. So please take them. We do not need them."
Fine.
Yes, Sam. Yeah, it is now time.
Fine. I will, unable to get a single piece of glass from this general store, I will leave and return to the company, who obviously were meant to be doing.
You have obtained one glass.
I haven't obtained one. No, I haven't been able to obtain one glass.
Oh no.
I have failed in my mission to obtain something that I could find literally everywhere.
When I was building this town, I was like, yeah, like there's nothing really that anyone can complain about. And then of course you make a character that specifically only you could complain about the things that they do and don't have.
We'll have to steal your materials from the pirates. Is clearly what we're gonna have to do.
Clearly, they're just going to have monocles for days.
I genuinely was half expecting, like, at one point you were just, like, going to come back and just steal, like, a plate, like, a window pane from him, just for the sake of it.
You haven't got me that far yet.
Fair enough.
Good time.
You return to the party inside of the pub. You are greeted by a rather largely built samurai as he greets you. Suzaku greets you with big open arms, hugging you and saying, "Come, take a drink with us."
It's like, oh, you still have the hammer? Oh, you still have the sledgehammer?
We come to you just real quick. You two specifically, Fletcher and Rakia. What drinks did you order, or what specifically did you order from them? Drinks or food or whatever?
Can World Traveler help me in this case?
Do you have a perk specifically built for drinks?
No, it's a general knowledge of political structures in the land of the sunken moon. I don't know if that helps me.
I'm sorry. Beverages why not? You can still roll, I guess, world knowledge, maybe?
Maybe. I'll do world knowledge. I'll do some world knowledge here with my new modifier. Because we changed husks.
Things be changing. Okay,
20.
Okay, no, that's not too bad. You know that they like from hearsay and things like that. You know that like one of their biggest drinks is sake. They do have beer as well. They do also have all sorts of other different types of things. There's a certain type of wine made out of a special type of plum that is in the land of the sunken moon that you've heard about, and apparently it's very sweet.
Oh, I'll have that, please.
Ooh, well, one coming right up. You then just hear, like, by the person beside you, "I'll have one of those as well. Thank you." And, Fletcher, what about you?
Fletcher will, of course, ask for a Diet Genericola.
They look at you with the most, like, confused face that you've ever seen. Like, I'm sorry, a what?
Fletcher, I don't think that they have Genericola, or indeed, I don't think they have Generico on this island.
Maybe that's mainly a Irish City drink.
Yeah, you could try some of the sakes.
I don't drink. That's
Oh, do you? How about a tea?
Oh yes. Do you have any good tea, sir?
Rolls his eyes. Yes, we have teas. We have cold teas, and we could, of course, get you a hot tea as well, sir. Very adventurous of you.
I'll take a hot tea.
Of course. He sort of disappears. As he then sort of like... Everyone sat down. I want to point out, Utility Lily, you're sort of like stood up awkwardly for a while behind your party because there aren't any stools left. Until like at one point Suzaku just brings a couple of chairs that are lower than the bar stools, places them behind the party, and he then sits down at one and then offers you one of the seats. Oh, come on now, Lily, why don't you take a seat?
I'm just going to put the sledgehammer on the ground and like the sledgehammer like handle down first and sit on top of it.
I want everyone except actually no I'll include you, Tilly Lily, in this. Everyone roll me a perception.
Okay, here we go. That's a 9 as well. I have like 2 less than I did before. How sad.
Okay, well, still a 24.
That's the usual.
Still the highest one there. Bill?
That was the wrong chat.
Oh, sorry. No, that wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh. Oh no! Wait, no, it's no, it's fine. It's fine. It's still in dice rolls technically, so that's
It's
fine.
not in. It's not in dice rolls though.
Oh, it's dice rolls too, though. So.
We need the people to see.
Okay.
And it was even worse!
So we got a 9 and 2 3s. Okay. Raki, you're noticing that a couple of people watch. A couple of people are watching Utility Lily, especially when she puts the hammer down. But you've also noticed that people keep staring at you in awkward places as well, along with Fletcher. At first, you're like, okay, this is strange. Like, are they looking at us weirdly because we just took down some pirates? Are they looking at us weirdly because we're obviously, affected superhumans and super beings? Like, what is it? Roll me either an insight or an intelligence.
I'm going to go with... Actually, I'm going to go with intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's actually the higher modifier now, believe it or not.
Ooh, intelligence.
Plot twist!
14.
Oh.
Close enough.
It's either racism, or it's the fact that you guys are the only people in the entire bar, potentially even the entire town, other than the enforcement officers, that have weapons in a public place like this.
Oh.
So they're looking at you in a form of either looking for opportunity, or they're looking to make sure that you guys aren't looking for opportunity. In other words, either caution, or they're looking at you as a target. You can't really quite tell, but it's potentially one or the other.
Go over and whisper to Cloak. Just...
I mean, you have to get up when you into.
Oh yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I'm
over.
getting up and yeah, I'm gonna go over, just do a little polite waddle towards you.
There's a shimmy in between everyone.
Yeah, just shimmy, 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 shimmy.
With Fletcher's low roll, he's just staring into the void, not picking up anything.
I wonder what he thought about being adventurous.
Lily's trying to get the barman so she can get a funny named cocktail.
I'm just...
Can I have an onomatopoeia?
It's on the beach.
Wang.
Hair of the dog.
God.
A merry bloody.
A screwdriver. Can I have a kneecapper extraordinaire?
Can I get a
An apple-centric, please?
A hack schmanuals, please.
Can I have
a
everyone in this building?
Not spun.
Can I get a jackhammer? That's not a drink. I
do believe
just want
it's a
you guys
jock.
That's
It's a jock hammer.
That's not a drink order, by the way. I genuinely am wondering if you have any power tools that I can borrow.
Sledgehammer.
No, they do not have power tools, so.
Only the
Sorry,
beast.
it's just
Can I have
the
a flaming
difference.
volcano?
Anyway, sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
Raki,
yeah.
you
The only
eventually...
powered tools here are you guys.
Ouch! Ow!
I really wish that was a canon. I really wish that was in-game in canon. That's perfect. Right, yes, sorry. Rakia, you go over to Cloak. You get out of your stall and you go over to Cloak.
Hey, Cloak, do you still have that everlasting pouch thing?
Sorry, what?
Well, well, you know, the big pouch thing that, you know, you put loads of things in and it's got a pocket dimension inside it.
Yes.
Well, could we maybe put our weapons in there? I think it's making everyone really awkward.
Okay.
Thank you. I just drag the hammer towards you.
Why do you have a hammer?
Well, it's cool.
I do not need this.
Yes, well, we've got it. So tough.
After placing the hammer, your knife or knives, and your whips, along with any other particular weaponry you might have, such as the guns, inside your satchel, an arcade just says to him, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I only just got this split staff. He then like snaps his fingers, and his split staff disappears into like a weird white portal that swallows up his weapon behind on his back. There we go.
Oh, good enough. Yeah. See, now we're not. Now it's not so awkward anymore.
Well, except from, he then points his thumb towards both Utility Lily, who still has the satchel of weapons on her back, and also Fletcher, who has his weapons.
Oh, do you have any room in there for those, Cloak?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just I'm just gonna shimmy over to Utility Lily. I just Utility, Lily, could you maybe hi, I'm sorry to be a buzzkill, but everyone's being really awkward around having all of the weapons around, and Cloak has got an everlasting pocket dimension pouch thing, so we can store all of your weapons and stuff in there. Is that okay?
Utility's just gonna kind of walk over to him. I mean, it's pretty much like make sure the sledgehammer doesn't fall over.
Yeah, it's already in.
It's already in
That's
there.
the thing. The sledgehammer's already in there, so it's just a missing place. I already put the sledgehammer in there.
And she was sitting on it.
No, but she was like.
You said that you placed it down, like you put it, you rested.
Yeah. It's in the back.
On it. It's like she was leaning on it.
Oh, you just said leaning it. Sorry. Well, it's in the bag now. It's too late.
Yeah, it's in there. Too late.
She was using it as a stool.
You should have interrupted us while we were saying it.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm half cut.
So, do you put the rest of your weapons in there, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
I put the bag inside the other bag.
Okay. It takes a while, but like you shove them all down, and they eventually go into it, like disappearing. Showing no actual scientific proof of how the heck this is working. It just starts fitting in it, and eventually it just is just absorbed into the bag. Fletcher, I'm assuming that you do the same once this is caught to your attention.
I mean, if they can draw me away from my very, very interesting thought of being adventurous.
Yes.
Yeah, they
considering
Well, excuse me, I'm about to shimmy over to you now. No, shimmy. Hey, Fletcher.
What is it? Sorry.
That's it. Wow, that must have been some good tea. Oh, and anyway,
Tea?
everyone's like really people are getting really like uncomfortable about our weapons and stuff because they're not really allowed it here. So we're just all putting our weapons into Cloak's everlasting pouch thing. So
Fletcher just like, huh? Looks around like, yeah, here, take.
Okay. There we go. Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
Eventually, the weapons are all put in the bag, and you return to your seats. The cocktail that you are given, Utility Lily, is the best way to explain it is that you keep saying words that they don't understand until eventually they just go, "Here, we put 3 things together. Leave us alone."
What colour is it?
It's it's a light green, but you could have sworn that the 2 colours that they put in before it was something clear and something red. So you're still confused as to how it became light green.
I mean, it could be blood of Satine. Call it that.
They give it to you in this very strange looking cup, and they just give it to you and just.
Assuming it's not made of glass, this cup.
No, it is not made of glass. No.
Well, I will drink it. I will drink this unknown cocktail.
Fair enough. I'm gonna say, what is your character's preferred flavor? Like, is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it dry?
It's sweet, but not too sweet.
This thing is rather sickly sweet, but it's also got a very sour kick to it. Roll me nerve or constitution. It's up to you which one.
Oh, I'm gonna roll nerve because I actually have stuff in that.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh yeah, come on. 2 berries. Let's do this.
Come on.
Oh my god!
For a second when you drink it, you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm putting on this face because I'm fooling myself that I like it. But actually, the face is so easy to maintain. They actually realise that you do actually really love this drink. At first, you thought, oh, this is way too sweet and sour, and like, okay, I don't want to make a face. I'm just gonna drink it and not be rude. And you drink it, and you're like, yeah, it's really quite nice. It's a really good thing. So you begin drinking it, and you enjoy it. Rakia, your drink eventually comes, and basically both of the 2 cups are in like very interesting looking shapes. So again, they're sort of made out of like this sort of metal, and both you and the person next to you are given these cups. The person next to you seems to be some kind of crocodile man, like a hybrid crocodile man, or even crocodile anthropial. As they take this drink, and they go, oh, it smells like nectar.
Cheers! I do the crocodile. This crocodile stranger.
He looks over you like he's sort of like hunched over, like his elbows heavily leaning on this table as he takes it, sniffs it, looks at you when you say that, and he goes, and he then downs the whole thing in one go. You take a drink, however you wish.
I will. When in Rome you do as the Romans do, I will also down it.
Okay, so again, what's Rakia's preferred flavour?
Oh, Rakia loves the sweet stuff.
Good. This stuff is divinely sweet. It's not too sour. There's like a tiny hint of sourness, but it's not even all that sour. It's almost like a trick. Like your taste buds are almost tricked for a second to believe that maybe it's sour. As it hits you and it splashes your mouth with this really beautiful sort of peach flavouring. As it sort of hits the back of your throat and you drink the whole thing, downing it as well. It is probably the nicest thing that you've ever had, this peach wine. It is probably the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. And did you...
Rakia has anime eyes right now, like... This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
As you say that, you then hear this crunch in his hand as he goes, "This is the worst thing I've ever tasted!" As he then looks over at you. What is wrong with you?
it's delicious. I don't know what you're talking. I mean, to each their own. But this is yummy. Tastes like peaches.
Clearly, you don't have any taste. I mean, after all, that was diabolically disgusting.
Well, I think that's very harsh, actually. I mean, maybe you just, I think that it tasted really, really nice, and I've drunk a few things in my time, and that's the best thing I've ever tasted.
So you think your palate is good? Then very well.
Yes.
He then drags over what seems to be like a weird bouquet bucket of something, and it seems to be a bunch of what look to be either chicken wings or some kind of meat of some sort. And he goes, "Take a bite of these. These are the best things I have ever eaten. Have a go."
Fine, I will. Stranger I've just met at a bar.
As you begin to take a bite, roll me nerve or roll me constitution.
It's gonna have to be Constitution.
Okay.
But neither are good.
You bite into it, and the hot sauce that's on it is not only is it incredibly painful in the terms of its spice, but also it's disgusting to the point of which that you have to then spit it out. As he looks at you and he just goes, "What is wrong with you?" As the only thing that makes sense to you is that this is the most disgusting thing you've ever tasted.
Is this made of lava?
No, it's made of love.
Lies?
It's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. You are clearly out of your depth when it comes to flavour.
See, I stand up like, "Sir, I have super senses, and I can sense complete nonsense when I see it, and those wings are disgusting."
Well, that wine is disgusting.
That wine is delicious. You.
He stands up. He's not as big as you, but he is big. He is bulky. He's not as tall as you are, but he is bulky. And he's looking at you, he's staring up at you, you. Go on. You think that you know a thing or two?
Well, I certainly know more than you, apparently.
Oh, really? What makes you so worldly, anyway? Never seen one of your kind kicking around here.
Well, Frank, I am well-travelled, but I think that, I can certainly see why Huskonians don't come around here.
So
I mean,
you
I've
are
certainly
Huskonian, then?
Well, I've been called that. I am a husk. But I am from Glandrine, and we have much better drinks, clearly.
Well, where I come from, the meat is nowhere near as good as this, but I can tell you now, the wine and the alcoholic drinks and everything in there tastes divine compared to this swill.
See, goodness, where did you come from?
You know what? It doesn't matter. He then looks over at your arm. Contestant. So that's why you're here. And why exactly would you want to be a contestant for?
That explanation requires a long story. But the short of it is, I want to win.
Everyone just sort of goes quiet when you say that. You want to win?
Yes, I've never won anything before, and I'm really good at this, and, well, I've made a few bad choices, so I want to get that miracle stone.
You then hear just a gasp within everyone. And you then hear, sir, what? As the crocodile, lurches towards this man. Your large super mega combo box of wings are ready to go. 30 wings, as you suggested. And also, will you be having any more beverages? No. Thank you for the wings. He grabs the box. Another time. And he then leaves the bar, pushing the door open.
As he's walking out of the door, can I sort of watch him from the corner, just try and shout, "Hold it there!"
What?
What's with the animosity?
It's quite funny that you ask that, considering, well, you know. But, if you don't mind me saying, I like a bit of a, animosity here and there.
You're not going around here causing trouble, are you?
If you're wondering if I'm with any of those Boy Scout little numpties you call pirates, I have no idea why they're doing what they're doing, and I don't care. To be honest, I think that if you are here to flush them out, you'll do it. Dreamers often usually get what they want, because they're always trying to find something that most would consider unobtainable. He then just leaves as the door slams behind him. You then
what
hear...
a horribly rude man.
You then just hear, just out in the outskirts of the bar. And I thought this was all just a bunch of silly nonsense until I hear the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. As a bunch of people around him begin to chuckle as well. The Miracle Stone? Are you insane? I mean, such a thing is not only a silly legend, but to think that you would be able to win a worldwide tournament, and no less to find a complete sham of a dream.
Well, it's not a sham. I mean, Maximilian's got it. It was reported on the thing.
Maximilian has got it. He's got a Miracle Stone. Maximilian has also got hundreds of thousands of millions and billions of whatever currency he wishes. He owns almost everything in the world. Why would he have such a false icon? Whoever told you this is clearly lying. There's no such thing as magic and miracles.
Okay, I'm just going to go onto my band, and say,
search announcement Miracle Stone.
The thing begins to sort of appear as it starts scrolling through, and then it comes up with the actual play. Now, welcome yet again for my many different times that I have done this, but here is a beautiful update for all of my tournament goers. Yes, indeed, if you are able to win, then you will have the price, the admission, and the possibility of one of two things. Almost all the money in the world that you could ever think of. A single billion stars. Or other particular, whatever floats your boat in terms of the old financial district. Or, of course, the one you've all been waiting for. This Miracle Stone. That's right, the only one in existence, and of course, the very thing that Glandrine couldn't even prophesy in its craziest of prophets. The very own Collegium, creation from the Power King himself, Galand. The Miracle Stone is in my hand, and, of course, it could be in yours. All you have to do is win. So, see you later. The transmission ends. everyone in the entire bar, except from your party, begins laughing at you. You believed him! I mean, seriously, look at yourself. This is all a sham. He's doing it so that he can get rid of all of you crazy nut jobs. People who believe in these silly dreams are just waiting to be destroyed. And all you have to do is just wake up. Pathetic creatures. Haskonians, superhumans, none of you have any idea of the level of power that you possess, because all you do is gad about with it, parading it, and all you think is just maybe one day someone will love us. But no, we see you as the sham of entertainment that you are, and he's just putting a stop to it. Everyone else in the entire party is just being ridiculed, laughed at. People are saying, like, losers, dreamers.
Joey, those two almost pretty much drunk at this point from that 1-1.
I'm just sort of just feeling red. Just, Rakia is usually a very pale grey color, but she is just bright red in this situation. Just
Yeah, Chloe's gonna kind of stand up and walk over to the table, lead over. I believe that he does have a miracle stone in his possession and that it would work, but I actually doubt that he would allow us to use it. Doesn't make much sense.
So you're just as delusional. Because you know the cynicism of the world, and yet you're just as stupid as the rest of them.
Well, this tournament is really an excuse to gather the money that I need and clear the world of some of my enemies.
Trust me. You're all just a bunch of naive children. You really think that he's doing this for anything other than entertainment, and ours nonetheless as well? You really don't understand how the world works.
I think his motives are more complex than entertainment. If he gets all of the strong people to wipe each other out, then he'll have far less people opposing him, and, well, look at all the territory we'll clear.
So you know this, yet you still play his game.
I'm playing my game.
Of course. Look. 100 years ago, people wanted stuff more than anything in the world. They wanted it so bad they thought that they could have the next thing. They thought that they could have infinite energy. And guess what happened? An entire bloodwave of energy completely ravished the entirety of the world, changing it permanently. Half of us got powers, half of us were mutated. The others left over just to watch as the entire world just burned itself alive. We believed in gods. We believed in legends and beings and creatures and heroes and villains. And yet again, there are still some of us who believe and understand that the truth of this world is this. You can't fantasize worlds. You can't fantasize reality. Thing is, we all thought that we'd get our wishes. Oh, I want power. I want superpowers. I want a different body. And when they finally got what they wished for, the world ate itself alive. Don't you understand? The time for dreams are over. We all got our wish. Or at least the last generation did. And look where we are. In the filth and scum of what is left over for their paradise. That is our price to pay, even though they were the ones who built up the tab.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
And yet you're the ones who were going around in circles in this thing. Everyone again begins to laugh. Laugh at you, point and laugh, everyone is mocking. Saying, dreams are over, wishes, and all this thought, and they're just screaming at you.
See,
I can't. So I can't believe that. That's a really sad way to think of life. If you have no dreams, you have no hope. And you may think that's silly.
Rakia, does everyone have dreams?
Well, yeah, I have dreams. And you have dreams.
What
Right,
about
even if it is-
those people you mercilessly killed?
Well, I didn't mercilessly kill them.
Rakia, you slapped their heads off.
I mean, that wasn't.
The
You're
world
going
is
to have
over.
Hmm.
As I said, you have superpowers now. The world has gone insane. We don't dream anymore. We just have goals for the next level of our destruction to continue. It's the never-ending cycle. Honestly, it's
totally
pathetic.
bumming me out, man.
And if you don't like it, you can leave. All of us feel the same way. You're in the minority here.
Yeah, well, just being in the majority doesn't mean that you're right. And we'll still liberate you from these pirates, even though you're a bunch of jerks.
And who says that we need to be liberated? Honestly.
What, you'd rather have pirates just ransacking about the place?
Incite this guy to see if he is a pirate.
Fair enough. Whilst
He sounds like he's like goading them to make sure the pirates always remain there.
Whilst you roll for that, he then says, "Tell me, if
wrong thing. You're done the wrong roll, Sam. Wrong chat.
If I were to be just a pirate, just like all of the others, what would it matter? I mean, if I were to be just like them, or if we were to be just on our own, they didn't harm any of us except from one. All we had to do was just stop pretending like as if we were better than them. We're not better than anyone. Because here's the fact. Every one of us is just in a godless, dreamless world. Hope, we don't need it. The only thing that we need to hope for is to live one more day. To do something that doesn't get us killed or tortured. And that's all that life is. It's survival. So if I could sit here and enjoy my drink and meal in peace, that would be fantastic, rather than hearing your swill of dreams and utter nonsense that just never stops. With your insight of 6, you cannot tell whether or not he is or isn't a pirate.
So what you're saying is you'd rather survive than thrive? Or be constantly under the boot heel of literally anyone, rather than, oh, you know what, I'm going to make this town better. Rather than having to do this, I'm going to make it better. But no, these people with their dreams and their hopes and their wants of a better future.
Have you not
I'm just
seen...
going to make fun of them to their face. Can I roll to kind of try and get the crowd on my side?
You can attempt...
Can I roll with advantage using performance?
I'm not gonna allow you to roll advantage considering... I'm not going to allow you to roll advantage considering that this crowd is already seeming to be on this guy's side anyway.
So I can roll with normalcy, though?
You can roll with normalcy, I guess. Yeah, just roll once. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Everyone stops laughing and stops being on this guy's side. And there's just silence. Not on your side, but they're realizing the point. They're realizing this level of nihilism that this guy's bringing, and they all sort of quiet down. Well, I guess no one really truly understands, do they? The Empress of the South or the Emperor of the North. They have dreams. Oh, they have dreams. Do you know what they are? different ways to torture us, to oppress us.
Just sit down and finish your drink, man. You're totally getting the mood down. Such a bummer. Such a pessimist. Sometimes you gotta look on the bright side of life, man.
Everyone else is still quiet.
Can I grab him a drink and try and give it to him?
Yeah, sure.
Just go like, I don't know, a slippery nipple or something like that. Whatever cocktail I can get in my hand.
Yeah.
And just give it to him.
Yeah, have a purple nurple. There you go.
As you do so, I'm just gonna roll for something.
Like such a downer, man. Just gotta live in the moment.
Okay. Can you? Okay. I guess. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Can I? Wait. I just realized I'm still in my mode. So I've got. Does he have super dexterity?
No. However, you're not allowed to roll advantage with this because you didn't see this coming. If anything, your super dexterity is stopping you from.
Oh.
So, what material is your body made of?
Steel.
Okay.
It helps. I do have a 22 physical damage resistance.
This will be fine then. So what happens is, you just notice that he put the glass down, and he just looks at you. Not glass. You know what I mean? Sorry, cup.
The cup.
I say glass like as a drinking glass, but I don't. I want to
You're
point out.
triggering him.
In my head, I'm still imagining it as this like clay, basically this green clay cup. As
beverage
it's got
holder.
Beverage holder made out of sturdy material that is not glass. As you place it down, it's purple, and it looks at you, and then immediately sort of just grabs your head, holding the cup, and smashes your head against it. As he slams your head against the table and against the actual cup itself, splashing all of this water and everything. Roll me a I'm going to say roll me a fortitude.
What for is it specifically? Is it to breathe? Because I'm not doing that at the moment.
No, it's nothing to do with breathing, because he smashes your head against it. He doesn't try and put your nose in it or try. I'm going to drown you in this tiny little cup. Drown in the cup. Drown in the cup, goddammit.
Oh no!
Wait, I'm not taking damage from the guy. I've got super strength.
Fabled double, man.
Is he doing this?
As he does this, like he slams your head against the table. What it actually does is, like, as he does this, like your head goes through the table, and like there's a huge chunk out of it missing as you're like face down into the ground. This liquid all over you, and you feel a horrible sort of sharp pain in your forehead. As when you get up, I want to point out, Cloak, you noticed just for a second that when he did this, the cup changed colours. It changed a dark sort of blue as he was slamming her head against it. As for some reason, this has caused a physical injury on your head, and it is causing a very bad bleed.
Can I get up at this point?
Hang on a sec. So that's... Oh, okay. That deals 18 points of damage. As for some reason, your head is still steel, but for some reason the clay is now like the clay that has smashed into your face has for some reason caused a very deep gash in your forehead that seemingly won't stop gushing with blood.
Why don't we step outside?
As this happens, you then hear you son of a bitch, as then like you just see massive golden wings come out of the back of Suzaku as he like powers towards him, and then you just hear
wait. If anyone's gonna do it, who's gonna take this bitch out? It's gonna be me.
You then just hear, enough! Get out of my pub now! All of you.
Okay, I'm going to make sure to grab that. I'm going to make sure that I'm going like with the guy because
when you do so, you say, "Oi, you leave him. I won't have any of you fight. Get out. Get out."
Or we're in a sort of Coronation Street now.
I don't care. I don't care if the mayor has. I don't care. I don't care if the mayor has allowed you to drink and eat in my pub. You're getting out now. And you,
leave it, Lily. It's not worth it.
And you, once they're left, you better clear off and all. The only reason I'm not letting you go out there with them is because they'll kill you. And quite bloody rightly so. Now get out. As you're leaving, iron, the steel body covering itself in crimson iron, even further as you leave the place. I actually just realised something. I need to ask you something for you, Tilly Lily, which is what is your maximum health and vitality?
165 and 47.
Okay, so let me just get that. 100.
I mean, that doesn't really matter because I'm going to change mode so I have healing.
Okay, so vitality is.
I mean, it still matters though, because you still need to know.
Okay, so vitality is what? Sorry.
A 47.
47. Okay, and how many milestones do you have?
I have 16.
16. And the damage you have taken so far is 18. I'm just now going to have to roll it again. For the 2d12s. 20, so that is in total 38 points of damage that you've taken so far. And how many points are on your band?
145.
Okay, 145, there we go. So
my band has gone down, he's going down. He's going to be filled with daylight.
No, it was because I still hadn't written it down. That's the only reason I'm asking. That is not considered a defeat. It's a sucker,
just making sure.
A sucker punch-esque move, if anything. An underhanded move, if anything else. But that's not a defeat. No, not at all. So as you're escorted out, you're finally taken out, outside of the place. And it's the doors are then immediately locked shut behind you so that you can't get back in. You can still see that cocky smirk on this guy's face as he's watching you leave. You're any of you who are annoyed by this, it just makes your blood boil. But you know that you can't do anything about it at the moment. As you're leaving, you begin walking away. It sort of comes to your mind that perhaps maybe it's best to speak to Theodore about this, considering that you guys had no reason for this and anything like this. That crosses your mind at first, or maybe there's something else or somewhere else that you can go. Suzaku even says, "Well, now what?
You think he's worth our time?"
No.
He didn't seem like a pirate, he just seemed like a... just seemed like a bit of...
Are you okay?
Yes, just a little, bubbly.
Maybe we should get to somewhere to sleep.
I mean, it's only... He looks up in the sky. Oh, bad idea. I mean, it shouldn't be anywhere near past 3. I don't think. We haven't even had food.
Hmm.
Well, there's still more to be done. We've only cleared out one settlement of pirates. Who knows how many more?
Sorry, did you say the time? Roughly what it is?
It's roughly anywhere between 3 to half 3.
Yeah. Okay. So with the remaining kind of daylight, we might as well scout the area and see if we could find any other pirates or hideouts.
Well, you know for a fact that the town doesn't have any pirates in it.
No, but I mean, obviously, go outside and scout.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, there's no real fast way of doing it unless if you use Utility Lily's thing. By the way, real quick question, Sam, do you have any way that does your healing mode heal injuries?
No, it heals. Healing. It just says grants healing, so it's like D4 healing per minute.
Okay. Because all that basically means is, wait, are you sure it's D4 and not a D4 plus 1 dice up for every?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
it is, but I
every
don't have. But as I said, this character has none.
Yeah, so it would be a D4 plus 1 dice up for every stat that you'd normally be buffed by. Since your augmentation mode is almost always plus 3 minimum, that would be then 1d4 plus 3 dice up without any perks or without any buffs.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's what that means. Yeah.
Oh,
So technically, that would mean a D10.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Know that.
So again, 2d12s, and at this point, you can now roll the D10.
A 6.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
See, I'm healing.
okay, so I'll take 2 points away from that instead of that. There we go. So at the moment, your bleeding is happening as rapidly as your thing. Your body is no longer steel, but your body has like augmented itself based on this situation. It doesn't seem to be very good. It's not massively helping at the moment. As Suzaku just says, "Here, let me have a look at that." As he places feathery arm-covered hand onto your forehead as fire ignites onto your head for a second, as the wound is removed. I shall now roll for this.
And he rolls a natural 1, killing me instantly.
Nope. He doesn't actually have to roll for this. I just have to roll for the health. You are now only on 5 points of damage and in total, and you have no longer got the injury on your head.
I'm gonna keep healing mode on for the moment, just in case.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Perhaps we should split up and scout about. I can fly around myself, but perhaps Lily, your flying contraption platform thing could help if we split up.
A utility pad.
Yes, whatever that is. But your flying contraption platform could definitely help.
Floaty McFloatface.
The thing that we were on earlier, yes.
I don't have it.
I'm sure you do.
Our character, I don't. The other guy does, remember, because it's in his...
No, I know. It's like, I'm sure you do. He then looks at Anarche as well, and Anarche's like, yeah, I can get it for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there with us when he did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was there, so why would he be saying this to me? I can't
Well, because
get it
he's
out.
drunk.
Because both A, he's drunk, and B, regardless of whether or not it's in his pocket dimension or not, you are technically the only one who knows how to fly the thing. So it doesn't matter about like Anarche. Hey Anarche, could you get us out and drive us on this thing that I not only have no idea how this thing works, but also I'm pretty sure that no one else does.
Get it out, please. It'd be great.
Just because he's got the garage does not mean that he owns the sports car, if you know what I mean. Okay, so yeah, he opens up the pocket dimension and gets out the platform. He then says, "Some of us perhaps should stay here. Maybe ask around the town or something. Just."
I mean, they seem. I don't want to make generalization, but they seem pretty douchey here.
I mean, I don't want to be rude, but the only person so far that we've met that isn't actually that bad is both technically the barkeep and the mayor.
Yeah. I mean, by generalization, most of them have been pretty rude, hateful towards us. So maybe we should just leave this place. Fight the pirates, obviously. Greater good, great power, responsibility, all that jazz. But
No,
like,
not.
never see them again. Like, just leave this place and like never meet these people again.
I'm not entirely sure what that gentleman was talking about the whole dreams thing, but were you telling the truth that the tournament has something to do with the Miracle Stone? Rakia?
Well, that's what it says. That's what he says, and well, that's what I want to get.
An
I only know what it's told me.
An all-powerful stone that supposedly grants the wish of anyone who wields it or enhances their powers to the level of godhood. I've heard about the stone myself, but it's a fairy tale that I was taught when I was just a lad. Even I don't believe it's truth, even after seeing the strange picture graph thing that was moving and talking.
Well, I mean, I've seen stranger things happen, so who's to say that he doesn't have it? He does everything in the world, so why not this? And he's crazy, so maybe he wants to give it away to the best person because he's curious.
And you think that the man in there who was talking about your dreams being true or false, or you think that was a load of hogwash, or...
Well, it didn't make me feel very good, but I think he's a big jerk, and I don't care what he thinks. I'm gonna go for it anyway. I have to try.
That's my girl. Rakia. Absolute girl power move.
You then just hear this horribly bellowing, growling laugh as you sort of look off, as next to the well, like with his back up against the well, sitting in the middle of the road, eating chicken wings, is the crocodile man. Just like, never a truer thing was said in all of the years. What? Was that guy blonde and looked a bit like a douche?
Oh yeah, he was definitely a douche.
Yeah. Look, he always talks about people's problems and he always talks about dreams. He thinks that the legends of old were just wives' tales. Well, you know what? If you believe in them, what's the problem? Look, I don't really see the point in this tournament, but if you think that that's how you can get the Miracle Stone, and if he has it, who knows, maybe you know him better than we do. I mean, I sure as hell don't know anything about the guy. So look, what he said, what any of them say, I think it's a load of crap. The day when people stop believing in dreams, that will never end. So you have one hell of a dream, and you chase it. Chase it all the way to the end of that fucking rainbow. And when you get there, take that pot of gold and kick that leprechaun right in the ass.
See, yeah! I will, stranger, I will.
That's my girl. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have wings to eat before I head off.
Do you know who we are?
He ignores you as he continues eating his wings in a rather disgusting manner.
I'm assuming you do.
There goes the... Wow, what a strange yet motivational stranger.
I want to point out that he doesn't move anywhere. He's just still eating them, sat in the same position. Just
Yep, and we're just talking about him.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Let's just leave the crocodile man to his meat.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
Save it
Bill.
every
At the
sunset.
very least, Bill and Rakia, like Cloak and Rakia, roll me an insight at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at he is into those wings. I think he's you do not interrupt a man and his wings.
Never interrupt a man and his wings. Whilst that's going on, utility
Insight,
Lily,
right? Yeah, there we go.
roll the d10 for healing.
Well, here a solid wisdom roll. Let's go.
Wow!
Oh dear.
Oh,
Cloak, you can tell that it's less about him ignoring you and more about the fact that he probably didn't hear you over the fact that he's sloshing all over his face what you hope is sauce and not the blood of his fingers. But also on top of that, it also seems to be like his chewing and crunching as he's eating the chicken wings whole, as he's gnashing them in his teeth. So it's less that he ignored what you said. It's more that he just didn't hear you.
I guess
yeah.
I'll walk up to him a bit closer. I'll wait for him to finish one of the wings, because I know he's going through them very quickly.
And then it just looks up at you, like similar to like when a dog just suddenly sees like a squirrel, just suddenly like darts their head in the direction, and then just stares with deep intent.
Why do I get the feeling we're going to be seeing you again?
He starts licking his lips, and then once he's finished, he just puts his whole hand in his mouth, kind of like as if he's like putting his hand in a cookie jar. As like when he like finally like his hand is released from his maw, it is perfectly clean, if all a little bit covered in saliva, and then he just dives the other one in.
Is it? I think I might just put my hand on Cloak's shoulder and just like forget it, Cloak. He's got his wings now.
He then looks up at Cloak. I don't know what you're talking about, kid, but I've never seen you guys before.
Have you... Why are you here?
Just like get going and blow this obstacle stand.
I came here for the same reason that most people come here. To see the sights, understand the warrior culture, and I just had an itch, you know? Some kind of an itch. I don't know what that itch was, but an itch to come here. And I'm glad I did. I mean, look at all these wings. Where'd all my wings go? You just look down. The bucket is almost empty. There are only 2 chicken wings left.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
leave you to it then.
28 wings in what? 6 minutes?
Probably.
Can I just roll like another insight?
Okay. Anything in particular?
I believe him. I'm just seeing if I can glean any more information from his tone. Like, sort of the purpose for him actually coming here. Like, it just sounds way too weird and vague, and it's like infested with pirates, and there's all this political struggle. It just seems a bit of a weird place to be.
Yeah.
All right, but if you fail this roll though, just leave the man to his wings.
I will. I will leave the man to his wing.
T varies with a 4. This guy is like, he's either perfectly clean or there is a level of layers and intricacies that the likes of which you have never seen before. There is something about this guy that is almost a complete pit, but also a perfect sphere of reflectiveness, like just this reflective ball of purely absolution. Like you don't know if he's completely fulfilled or he's completely like vacant. And you can't tell which.
Well, maybe we'll meet again. Or maybe not.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh man, these were supposed to be my going out wings. As you guys eventually leave the crocodile to his
Thankfully.
fiasco.
Is he shedding some crocodile tears over his wings?
You'd think so, but it doesn't look like as if he's either wanting to tear or it's more the fact that he biologically can't. You don't know which one is which.
I can't biologically cry.
I'd laugh, but I'm biologically incapable. So you just leave him to it. Eventually, Utility Lily gets the lily pad going up. However, is everyone going with Utility Lily, or are some of you going to stick around in the town, or are you going to head off?
Well, I think Rakia's definitely not going to, because Rakia is not a talky person. Rakia's still quite upset about the pub situation. It's like, yeah, I am not to be charismaing about what wantonly.
Can I ask something?
Yep.
What time of the day is it?
As I said, 3:30.
Okay. Where are we? How far are we going? What time would we arrive there at?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You don't know if you're leaving Midlam or if you're staying in Midlam. Like that's the first thing. Next thing is, if you were to leave Midlam, what other than the fact that you're going south, what direction specifically are you going into? And the last thing is, do you even know if there might be potentially places where there are pirates outside of here where you could go to first, or even a place in between where you could set up camp and then pick and choose, or even just go, get rested, go straight to Middle, or any other particular amount of strategies?
Well, I say everyone gets on the pad, and if we don't find anything by the time it's sort of too dark, then we can come back.
Okay.
While they're doing that, can I look on my phone to see how far we are from anywhere civilized? Ergo, people with technology.
Yes, roll tech to activate said particular search. Whilst that's going on, I guess whilst you're on the lily pad, I guess everyone roll in. I'm going to say either roll investigation or perception.
I'm gonna roll investigation.
Yeah, I'll roll investigation.
You get like a little ping, like a little ding on your phone when you like look this up. Utility. The main particular thing that you look up is like many of the islands that are anywhere near close are like multiple hundreds of miles away, or at the very least, just under 100 miles away. It would take you quite some time to get there.
I mean, not really. If it's under 100 miles, it'd take me an hour.
Actually, yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah,
because you forgot my thing drives 70 miles an hour.
The closest islands to you are Yolkaiger's Island, because when you show it up and you see all the different islands, closest two islands to you are Yolkaiger's Island, and basically like an island that is very clearly another remote island. Anything else beyond that is like a couple of hundred miles away minimum.
Saying is, while everyone's asleep, I can fly away tonight and get some equipment.
You could, however, at that point, you'd be quite literally putting everyone in danger, leaving, and then just to go all the way there and come all the way back.
Mainly yourself, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
you wouldn't want to run all the way away from somewhere and potentially put yourself in a theoretically in a bad situation or in danger. I couldn't imagine anyone doing that and potentially getting killed off all the way away from somewhere. Thinking of you, Coin.
He's not listening anymore. But 3 o'clock in the morning, everyone's asleep. maybe. I'll think about it. Good.
So,
Yes.
with your... I'm just having a look at your rolls. So, with... Raki with a 10, what is that for? Is that perception?
Oh no. Well, it's 11, but yeah, that's
11,
for
sorry.
investigation.
Okay. With your investigation and Cloak, I'm assuming you did an investigation as well?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
With your investigation, just sort of like looking around, like as you're flying, you're not really finding anything too specific, but you eventually find something together, but by that point it's a little too late since Fletcher has already noticed it. There seems to be like a small town in the south. Like, you're now in the south. You've been flying for about a couple of minutes, nearing half an hour. And you're eventually sort of coming towards what seems to be an actual town, like an actual like mini town. As you're going towards there, you're flying there. You're sort of getting there. You're probably about like maybe 500-600 meters away at this point. I do think
I see a town in the distance.
Jingo, you've got it. I've always wanted to say that, actually. But yes, I think you're actually right.
Should we chop down and see what's going on, or give a scout?
Well, Cloak, what do you think that we should do?
That is a good question. Perhaps we'll have a look from above first.
Very well. I just seen in the chat. Coin just went, I regret nothing. Yeah, you get a little closer. You're about 300 meters away now. As you say, everyone roll me perception, I'm going to say with disadvantage.
Oh.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry, what?
Perception with disadvantage. Damn, Fletcher, even with a disadvantage, you got a 19. And Raki, you just got a ridiculous number. Everyone's getting insane numbers. 15
is this
crossover.
Is this just perception, or can I roll?
I'm gonna say only because I'm asking you to roll it in a situation that you probably wouldn't have done it. I'm gonna ask you to just roll perception. Yeah, you're fine as well. By the way, for Lily, it's 15. Bill, you just flat 10 there. Dirty modified 10. You sort of notice that the lily pad has gained a bit of extra weight. All of you have noticed this quite easily, quite quickly, as on the back of this thing is now just someone just sat on the edge, looking over on the other end, just going, oh man, the view from up here is brilliant.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty is. Friendly, or does he look like he's about to attack us?
He's got his back turned towards all of you.
Crush his head or not?
How high up are we?
Well, that's a question for Sam.
We're about. Give me a second. I have to look at tech.
Is it 70 meters?
110 meters upwards, I think.
No, because I think that's the speed, isn't it? Yeah. No, so it's 70 meters off the ground.
Say floating platform. That's my floating thing. It's not. No, it's not. It's animatology. Floating device. Yes, it's 70.
Okay. Right, so 70 meters off. Yeah, so 70 meters off the ground.
Does he have a band on him?
He does not. It's just sort of like he's dressed in a sort of like sleeveless jacket that does seem to be long, sort of almost like a sleeveless duster. So you can definitely tell that he hasn't got a band on either of his arms, and he's got like sort of short hair either sides. He's got sort of like a mohawk going on, but it's not very tall. It's just a little bit of a mohawk. And he's just sort of looking out. Oh man!
Interesting.
So, you guys new here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sick, sweet, awesome, radical. Just to let you know, you wouldn't be trying to cause. Honestly, I feel stupid just asking this, but you wouldn't be here to cause trouble for the only pirates now, would you?
I quickly kneecap him.
Sorry,
Again,
what?
Again, like I want to point out, your thing is specific to legs, isn't it?
Nope, it's not. But pretty much it is. I want to go the what's it called? The Garrison way.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to point out wherever you're going for it won't be on his legs specifically, and this is very important to know why. His are dangling off the edge of the other side of the pad.
Well, okay, I'm going to roll to knock him out and also bash his head in.
Okay.
Okay. That is concerning. He's not looking at us, and he's probably not expecting it.
I mean, he probably is expecting.
I mean, he's probably expecting to monologue.
But go off, Queen.
Yeah, do it.
I just did not expect that. I just never expected to hear Bill say. I just never expected Bill to say, "Go off, Queen." Oh god. Okay.
Incredible.
Jeez.
Incredible.
The freight train.
Okay. So 15 plus. 15 plus. That's 28. Yeah, 15 plus 13. Yeah, that's 28. So literally, as you let go of like the control panel, and then you like turn around, trying to hit him with your wrench. Like you do so, but you actually slam right into the back of your device. Roll damage.
No, I'm doing sideways to bash him over the head. I'm not doing downwards.
Roll for
No,
it.
Sam. No, Sam.
Next time,
Roll
for
for damage. Roll for damage.
Damn,
Sam.
we gotta be specific up in here.
You gotta be specific up in here. Yeah.
I keep forgetting he screws me over every time.
Oh, of course, Sam. Like that's my job.
Yeah, I mean, no glass. No, I'm overhanging it for no reason.
Yeah, don't you read his tag?
Roll
Professional Sam fuckoverner.
I'm trying to remember. I have to figure it out.
Okay, I want to point this out. Like, it would be great if I could also say, like, I've been recently playing a Pokemon Nuzlocke right now. And my rival in it, I named it Sam as per everyone here's vote. And on one of the most recent fights I had, the rival killed two of my Pokemon, two of my best Pokemon, and I was so salty about that. So to be honest, I would be lying if I didn't think that that's what I'm thinking of right now. But no, it isn't actually what This isn't the reason why I'm screwing you over. So Sam,
I don't know. That was very oddly specific. That was oddly specific anecdote, though.
Yeah, that is
specific.
So Sam, I'm taking this out on you for no reason whatsoever, other than screw you. This is for my liquor tongue, bitch. Sam, what is your SP modifier? Just not your SP, mate, your SP.
It is 10.
It's 10, okay. And what is your strength, your super strength? Because you said that there's a super strength and healing.
+3 at the moment.
Okay,
Technically speaking, it's 5 because I've got like strength of 2, but technically speaking, it's 3.
Okay, so it's +3 super strength that you've got, yeah? Not +5 super strength, yeah?
+3, yeah.
Okay. So that's that's so fine. 12.
We chill.
Times.
No, you're not.
13. Okay. As you go down, boosh, slam into the thing. You then hear a horrible clunk as the entire thing is lodged into the back of it. Like it's a good well, the entire head is lodged into the back, like a huge chunk into the actual thing. As you then hear a horribly unmistakable noise of clunking, followed by sputtering, followed by a whirring that ceases over a short period of time. Oh, as
we're not moving.
You begin slowly descending.
Oh, thank God, slowly.
Very quickly descending.
Oh, no.
As it then begins to
what?
build.
Joe, you forget, Joe. No, we don't, because that is for moving us forward. The floating device, not broken.
However,
the
Sam,
one.
You did 455 points of durability damage, which means that you cut cleanly through the device and then hit something that is very overtly and very obviously something that is keeping you afloat. As you are doing so, you are currently falling. You are falling at 70 meters. Since I will be very nice and say that you have 2 sets of rolls that all of you can do, since you'll be falling at 45 meters per action, as you begin falling very quickly.
Joe, who are the closest people next to Fletcher?
The 2 closest people? Ooh, if I were to give a guess, I'd say Cloak and Rakia.
Well, Fletcher has grabbed both of them.
Okay.
And, would I have time to activate my ability?
You would indeed have time to activate your ability. Yes, your phasing. Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, you're phasing. Yeah. Okay, roll for it.
Very lucky for you that I gave you that ability, but that's not going to help me at all. It's going to
Oh shit! Well,
you roll for it. Because again, your character is still not fully aware what his powers do to you. As you grab hold of both of them and you become intangible, you are still solid to him and solid to Rakia, but you and Rakia begin phasing through the object as you realise, for some reason, you're not intangible to him, and more specifically, the arm that is currently holding on to Cloak is not only not making him intangible, but it is also not intangible whilst you're holding on to him.
Can I roll to fix this?
This is gonna be really awkward, Cloak, but
I gotta let you go.
I guess we're in this together because I'm gonna be losing this arm.
Please just let me go.
I can't. I couldn't even if I wanted to because. Well, Fletcher's losing an arm.
I mean, you can legitimately let go of it. Like you can just let go.
Just let go.
You know the functionality of the whole fingers thing still works. Like you're not paralyzed. You know.
Yeah, let go. Let go.
No, it's run or die time. It's just that moment.
Fletcher has a hard time letting go of people.
You know, it would just be hilarious to go like, it's run or die time now, and he just lets go of Rakia to just cut off his other hand. Like, I'm sorry. And he realizes, oh no, Rakia, and he just uses his last action and falls. No, you can let go if you want, or you can do a character moment and not let go. It's up to you.
Try and fix the.
Fletcher's not letting go.
Oh, come on. Oh, dude.
Okay. Right. You can attempt to do so, but you'll be rolling at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess go on.
Which one? Animatology or attack?
I'd say...
It's disadvantage.
Fucking fixed?
It's a disadvantage.
No.
It is
a disadvantage.
I use my practice, remember? I told you.
Then the first roll then the first roll is still counted then, because if I say disadvantage, a practice roll disables the disadvantage. It doesn't just give you an advantage. So the natural 20 is completely redundant.
Because the 15 is from Croak.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the 15
Yes,
is from Cloak.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Screw
Okay.
me over.
Sorry, no,
Yeah.
look, I misread
It's
it.
because of the way the dice work.
Yeah, the dice bot
Yeah, I
screwed
know.
you over by screwing me over. Right, okay, yeah, you're fine.
So it's fine.
Hang on a
That's funny,
second.
come on.
Hang on a second. Didn't you use a practice earlier?
No, he didn't.
Oh, not for tech or animatology.
Oh,
He's my practice.
Yes.
He's my
It was
practice
for your
requirement, I think.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Yes, you. So this is for animatology. You fix the flotation device, however, everyone is still falling. You'll have to roll tech to fix the platform. So the flotation device is working, but now you've still got like a separate device that's now working.
I'm not like specifically looking at him or anything, but I'm assuming we could just see the dude. Is he gone or is he still there?
You can use an action if you'd like.
I'm not going to use an action. I mean, as in just like by me,
No.
floating around in the air.
As of visual obviousness, without rolling. Like, let's say, for instance, if you had like passive perception, it doesn't.
I have 20 meters of instinct, like predictive instinct.
Oh, active at any one time.
Yeah.
He's somewhere falling at the same pace as you guys, but very, very far away from you. But yes. Is so again disadvantage roll if it's tech?
No, I'm using my practice for the day.
Okay,
Tech.
If
it helps, it only takes a 10 to make the flying platform.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Helpful.
I'll allow it. That is absolutely helpful. The way that this works is at one point you're falling and you're like bashing out the dent as much as you can. You then start like with your super strength, flip it round and then like slam the flotation device in it. As you're then finishing up like bolting it in as then it like full on like begins to float. As it does so. People have still been falling because this thing has been falling faster than everyone else because due to its weight. Because of that, people are still above it. I want to point out, Anarche absolutely fine. Like he just goes, okay, I'll just choose to fly because again he can. Same with Suzaku. As a matter of fact, Suzaku grabs Felix. And Anarche just floats there. As you three are falling, I want to point out, whilst this has been like going on for you, Lily, you finally finish it, and as it stops in midair, your whole velocity is like pulled, and you're stuck, like holding on to the edge of the platform with one hand as you're dangling over the edge of it. As the other three finally are about to slam down against the platform at this incredible velocity. Rakia, you're obviously being held on by Fletcher. Cloak, you finally sort of been let go, but you are still falling towards the platform. So what action would you like to take?
I might as well try and use my skywalk.
Okay, roll for it.
I'm just going to check it again. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but...
Is it Dex and martial arts?
It
or finesse?
Is acrobatics. Well, it's martial arts and acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 10 and then 15.
Yes, yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bounce off of like the air itself. Like you begin kicking and kicking and kicking until eventually, like you bounce off the air and are able to like just sort of like cushion the fall before you get there, landing on the platform safe. You guys
use the double jump.
You guys begin plummeting at a breakneck pace, Fletcher and Rakia. As you begin you begin doing this, you actually like are about to hit the platform. I'm assuming that you just keep going at this point because of the phasing.
Yeah, probably the best thing to do.
Fletcher just says out loud, I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu.
as you
As
go
you right through the platform.
As you go right through the platform, and then not even that long after you meet the platform, you meet the floor and suddenly disappear through the floor as you begin now realizing you can now face swim back up. As you Tilly Lily, as you look down off of the platform, you're about 3-4 meters off of the ground, in between a bunch of trees.
And look to the camera. That's why you don't hit your platform in midair. That's why you don't hit your platform in midair.
As you then
totally so.
As you then hear a voice off what would be off camera, going, "Ha! Oh, okay. So that's what you don't do. Okay. Well, I was always wondering about that." As you sort of look over, and just sat there in a tree is just this guy just sat there on a branch. So that's what you don't do. Fascinating. Fletcher, I'm assuming that you, Fletcher, you eventually
back to the stop.
Yeah, as the two of you get back up, Anarche, Felix, and Suzaku eventually float down back onto the platform, where it's very visually obvious that there is a chunk of a dent into it, but like it's been somewhat hammered down a bit, but it is very, very rough looking. Because again, like it peeled up a lot of the metallic structure. It despite the fact that it's been like bent down a lot, it's still severely damaged. But
what happened to the carpet?
The carpet is still there. It's just that like the carpet is it's just fluffed up a bit. Like it's just it's a very big lump underneath the carpet.
We could roll over that. It'll look fine.
And as that happens, that you just see this smug-looking like guy just like leaning on, like sitting on this tree branch up in this tree, looking down at all of you, going, "Oh, so that's what happens. I always wondered what would happen if you did that. So, how about you answer some of my questions before you try and cave my skull in, huh? So,
Am I able to phase swim up the tree he's standing on?
I mean,
yes. Can I distract him?
I mean, I want to point this out.
I think he's kind of being distracted anyway, isn't he? We're talking to him.
I mean,
as long as he can't see Fletcher, right?
I mean, I just want to point this out. This is a very important thing. You are off in his direction of from his. You're all facing his direction. So arguably he might be able to see Fletcher. Arguably he might be able to.
Probably can.
We could still distract him more.
You could theoretically attempt to distract him. Yes.
Okay. Can I try to do that? Can I roll for it?
I guess so. How would you like to roll for it?
Part of me really wants to just roll to seduce him, but no, we won't. Let's roll charisma. Like, really? Aren't you just the pirate? Can we not just do this already? Like, honestly, your teleporting act. Can I attempt to taunt him?
I guess you want to taunt him? Okay.
Maybe. To taunt him. I guess that's it. Like, really, pirate? Come on. Yeah, you really a mohawk? What are we, the 80s?
He looks over at you and he's just like he basically goes like he has his eyes closed at this point and goes, "Yeah, I guess you're right. Although even if that did kind of get on my nerves a little, I guess I could potentially be a little bit more annoyed that you'd think that I'm stupid enough to not know that there is a phaser on the ground. Or I
mean, you definitely look like it. I mean, what happened? Did you phase through those armholes there? Burn them off? Like, yeah, look at me. I'm so rough around the edges.
Alright, since you're out on your
such a
own,
punk.
I'm assuming you're not one of those lackeys. Commander or General.
Oh, so you know the ranking system, despite the fact that you're an, well, I was going to say foreigner, but, I think we both know that a tattoo like that wouldn't be coming from an outside source. Shungi clan, right?
Right.
And that must mean that you are the little enforcers that have been just so interesting. You know, your bands are quite fascinating to me. I mean, I couldn't care less about having one. They're quite fascinating because I've always wanted to know what would happen if you actually got the money or tried to get that miracle stone. But it doesn't really matter about me. Let's deal with you. I asked you a question and none of you seem to be paying up.
What was the question again?
Because, like, you already know the answer. Yes, we're gonna fight the pirates. Like, it's obvious.
Oh yeah.
It's like your stupid hair.
Well,
Like,
that's a bit of a
Oh,
shame,
look at me,
isn't it?
bad boy.
Ooh, you know what? You've got definitely a bit of a sharp tongue on you. I can definitely see why that you're so popular on your little channel.
My two little ants love me.
By the way, he sort of stretches back and, like, one of his hands goes behind the tree and it goes, pulls back, and he's got your wrench on his left arm. Don't think you mind.
Considering I'm holding it.
Oh, you're not anymore. As he goes, you didn't mind me taking this, by the way, do you? As it vanished from your hand.
I mean, considering I was holding it to fix the device, can I at least roll to stop him doing that, Joe?
No,
No,
you can't.
Snap thief.
He's got a power.
It was in your hand, but now it's
It's
not.
acceptable. That's more
Almost
acceptable.
like you guys didn't play the campaign with greed in it.
Yeah. Who literally had the same power. Also, by the way, I actually have like a little nitpick for you, Sam. Almost every time that I do something and I don't want to say it's a spell, it's a power, it's an ability, you have to always challenge me, and I can't go, no, you can't. Oh, well, why? And I go, well, I have to then tell you, oh, he has an ability for it. Like,
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because you always challenge me whenever I try to do anything, because I need to know.
Because
you're not screwing me over.
Because I'm the DM. I'm not just doing this to screw you over.
Yeah, but, and that's what you do. Anyway,
No, it's genuine. It's genuine ability under teleportation. Snap thief. I can steal an ability. I can steal an item within the range of teleportation, and basically, there's not really much that you can do about it.
Okay. Acceptable.
So, am I able to phase swim up the tree?
Do you? Well, I mean, he has made it audibly obvious that he sees where you are.
Yes.
Do you still want to do so?
Yes.
Okay, roll for it.
Do I need to roll for it? I'm already phasing.
You still need to roll for it to beat him.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm not doing it to attack him.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Phasing up to get close.
If you're phasing up to get close to him, he's still allowed to react. Like, regardless. Like, I'm not going to have it that you can go up near him and he's not allowed to react or do anything. Like, obviously, that's...
I'm just phasing up the tree beneath him just to see... Because I'm at the bottom of the tree. I can't hear him.
Yes, you can. He's like 8 meters away. You can definitely hear from that distance.
Actually, no, wait, I can't hear him. I'm phased.
Well, you never said whether or not you could or couldn't hear him, considering I assume that you could still see.
Yeah, I'm just don't phase up the tree so I'm closer to everyone else.
Okay, roll for it.
23.
Okay, that's 32. Well, the first ability doesn't. The second ability doesn't work, but that's fine. As you like get up like near him, like he just immediately teleports, and he's just on a tree about like 2-3 meters like next to it.
So yeah, we're here to wait. Where did he go?
Well, that's disappointing that you really keep thinking of this whole thing that I'm going to be in the right situation to deal with you and all that. It's just messy, isn't it? But nevertheless, let's talk about exactly why you're here. You said that you are here to be an annoying nuisance for the only pirates, and I mean that's kind of awkward since I am one, and obviously we have to deal with that. But
You're a part of the only pirates?
he looks at you like, really?
Like,
You did not just say that.
you two now laughing in the background.
You really don't look like one.
Oh, really? Might it be the fact that I
Do you have an animal part?
Do I have an animal part?
Yes, that's the whole Oni pirate thing, isn't it?
I mean, yes, you're right about that. I definitely should be having one of those. Oh man, if only I had one of those. As he then like grits his teeth with his like his cheeks wide open, like sort of like wincing a bit, like, oh, if I only had one. Everyone, roll me perception.
Oh boy, here we go.
I hope I get a low perception because it'll make it funnier.
This will
I can
be
always make
pretty
the joke,
funny.
We all know what animal part he has.
Aww.
Just
I
one
see
below
it.
me.
Those with under 15 won't see this, but those with 15 or
Nice.
above will see this. It's clear that he has teeth that are like either like crocodiles or like sharks, but he also has seemingly like his canines are actually fangs, like as in fangs like venomous fangs. Like his teeth are like just all like from all sorts of different parts of the animal kingdom. Oh man, if only I had something for it. Oh well.
Have you
That's
just
why I
not
the
got them
bad
yet?
dentistry.
Have you just not gotten your animal part yet?
I guess fair enough that you wouldn't understand, considering you probably can't see them, but never mind. Now,
You're not here to take us down, are you? Surely not. I mean, what are you here to do? Take us out of the air?
well, I was kind of hoping that you guys would just kill yourselves. I mean, a giant flying platform made of junk? I mean, now come on, that is pretty funny. I was actually kind of hoping that the hothead over there would have actually going to do anything about it, but nevertheless, it was actually, weirdly enough, the pilot of all people to try and take down their own design. But, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
Hmm. So it's just gonna be straight fighting then, and you don't want to just be on your way.
Who said that I was even the commander? Who said that I was even one of the lowercase pirates? I could have been one of the generals, I could have been one of the commanders, I could just be a simple foot soldier. Heck, I could be someone entirely different and you wouldn't even know about it, because clearly you're not the brightest bunch. But regardless, I am one of the only pirates, and I'm just warning you, the commander is not going to be best pleased with you if you try to deal with any of us. So, heed my warning. Leave this place now and forever hold your peace. We are just doing our own thing. Our only thing, if you will. See what I did there? Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
So you like some messenger we're not allowed to shoot? Is that what's going on here?
Well, considering that I've tried not to attack you myself, and believe me, you'd know if I did, I, at the very least, am trying to point out that you are very dearly outmatched. And considering, I think you should probably be on your way.
That's what the last bunch said, and they were immediately wiped out.
Well, we would probably be on our way, but oh dear.
His
look, he
eyes-
busted up our transport.
Finally, after this entire time, his eyes open and you see like almost like red abysses instead of eyes, as he said, "I'm sorry. You did what?" And that is where we shall end this session.
Ta-da!
The guy needs eye treatment. He needs eye ice splashes.
Well, thank you very much for
He
everyone
needs
who.
clear eye.
That's the one.
Thank you everyone for listening to this podcast, this episode. I thank you for all being here. It is midnight. I'm so sorry. It has been a fantastic episode. We'll hopefully be doing more of these bonus episodes, so therefore you'll get more of a weekly set of episode streams. So definitely check these out, as we are going to be tackling through the Crucible of Avarice, a campaign using the tabletop RPG system known as AnimiteTales. A system that we are now almost completely officially have the website out for, where you will be able to see the game that is currently in beta, playtest it yourself, and potentially even give us feedback. So thank you very much for everyone for listening, and have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
I am Fletcher Matadame, and I approve this message.
Ciao!